Where are we at? Day number 31 in the month of May 2023. Can you all believe that?
Long time.
Jano.
No, Misha.
Yeah, man. The 31st of May, the final day in the month of May 2023. Already.
Yeah.
Which means that some people must be saying, man, June is coming too soon. But it's right around the corner, as a matter of fact, in less than 24 hours. And we can do absolutely nothing about that. What we can do, though, is to make sure that we use the next 4 hours or so to get you up, to get you fed, get you dressed and out to work or school or play or whatever. Chelsea's in the building. Welcome on, Chelsea.
Where were there, Richie? Rich Nation, big up on yourself. We're live.
Oh, DJ Hardley. Did I hear you speak a while ago, sir?
Yeah.
All right.
In the building.
Looked like him to play out last night. Energy levels up there. Morning, Kevin. And it's time for another feature. We call it WTF.
What the fact? Now, here we go on. So we heard about monkeys doing what they have to do to get drunk. You know, like a vibe. So we heard that fact recently. Well, dolphins actually use toxic pufferfish. Why? To get high. That is it. Dolphins deliberately handle pufferfish, causing them to release toxins as a defense mechanism.
You expect us to share with you at this time of the morning, every weekday morning, Mondays through Thursdays, right here on top of the bridge.
Up and go.
Yeah, get them all. Yeah.
Alright, Bridge Nation, here we go on. Fans, and I do mean fans because personally I'm in the business, but fans react to Megan Thee Stallion and Pardison Fontaine's breakup. That's right, now Megan Thee Stallion and Pardison Fontaine have officially broken up. Boo-hoo. And fans have mixed reactions to it. Now, the former couple has been rumored to be over for the past couple of months after they seemingly unfollowed each other on Instagram. The confirmation arrived yesterday when Meg Thee Stallion stepped out with her new boyfriend. Football fans, you ready for that one, huh? Romelu Lukaku. Yeah, man, top striker. Yes, she was his date at his Inter Milan teammates Lautaro Martinez's wedding to model Agostina Gandolfo. Now, several new photos have since surfaced showing the Houston hottie and the Belgian football star holding hands deep in conversation at the wedding. In one photo, the new couple held hands as they looked on at the bride and groom, while the soccer stars and their significant others enjoyed the moment. Now, since the news of the budding new relationship surfaced, Meg Thee Stallion's ex-boyfriend Pardison Fontaine started trending on social media. They say all them thinking the man is a minding business, you know. But anyways, some fans troll the rapper, considering he recently went public reciting a poem he wrote dedicated to her. Some fans went out to say, "Here for this, I really wish the girlies would stop dating dusty rappers who they have to keep and just date a real man with real coins." Oh jeez. Doesn't it always seem like black girls in Hollywood have wives instead of husbands? Jeez. Pardison looked like a husband. Wow. That's harsh. That's harsh. I'm not gonna lie. That rough. But I will say this. Pardison and Meg, for a long time, all them people who bash them, they've always had them as relationship goals and stuff. And I actually did like the relationship, but since it ended, what I will say I like about the breakup, Richie, is that they actually kept it private. You know, the only reason why it got out is because of the wedding photos. Yeah. Now, how this happened, Richie, you don't know me have to do my maths. Even though I'm in a business, a footballer is involved, so I'm gonna have to check in what go on. Yeah, man, for check in with the top striker Lukaku and see how him get that goal. Yeah. Anyway, so it worked. Apparently, Romelu Lukaku is managed by Rock Nation, who also manages Meg Thee Stallion. So it looked like the connection met there. So when I saw the first photos when I'm sitting at the wedding table, I was like, I don't know any of this. But why, Richard, I see the hand holding and I look up in them eyes and things. See that? I said, okay, something is here. So Lukaku have a chance to win the Champions League, but he already have a champion bubbler. So big up yourself, Lukaku. I'm proud of you.
Should get a baller.
Get a baller. Yeah. Big baller. Big money.
Did I say something wrong, Kevin? No, I didn't. I didn't actually get a baller.
Well done.
Well done, Meg.
Yeah,
so, my youth to write a poem. I wonder if you need to write a song.
Right now, parties to just go and stay quiet. Yes, I think that's best. He might do the right thing right now. Just lay low.
Yeah, maybe if him write all that songs, she want an album before she can get her.
Yeah, and everybody have that Burna Boy vibes.
Out and move on.
Yeah.
All right. The story that I want to share with you this morning has to do with Minister, Marion Hall. Yeah, she went from Lady Saw to Minister Marion Hall And now people are calling her Minister Ravers. After seeing her hit the stage with Ding Dong, who else, at the Florida Jerk Fest on Monday of this week. The family-friendly event, which unfolded at John Prince Park in Lake Worth in Florida, saw the Ravers Clavers principal, Ding Dong, closing the show after Ghost and Luciano. In an encore performance of Happiness, he invited Hall, that's Minister Marion Hall, to join him on stage. He said, "Me glad my song them when me sing clean, and them can play everywhere, and anybody can dance to them." While he was embracing Marion Hall, he said that. Before long, the track Happiness dropped, and believe it or not, Minister Hall was seen jumping and dancing and clapping and getting her Ravers Clavers on. The moment was a highlight for the Bounce DJ, who tagged her in an Instagram post, but you know, with all things related to Marion Hall, there were some negative reactions. One person says, "Look like say she want broke out." Another person said, "She still Lady Saw." And other comments of a negative nature were there as well. But all in all, Lady Saw is Marion Hall is always seemingly in the news.
Yeah, but
and yes, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
No, Richie and Shells, I'm not seeing anything wrong. The song, fine. You know, it's a secular. It's on the other side, but the song itself, you know, it has nothing in it. Really,
yeah, I mean, even Ding Dong said it. Ding Dong said, "I'm glad I sing clean music so that people like Minister Marion can come out and enjoy themselves." Nothing wrong with that. But being in the news not bad for Minister Marion right now. Cause I don't know the big Sumfest performance around the corner.
It's right around the corner.
So yeah, man, go and call up her name. Trust me, that's how I got end up help full up the seat them.
It not stop her from trying to buy our 2000 Bible.
Exactly. That is it.
For giveaway at Reggae Sumfest.
Yeah, man, more people for the Bible.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
I think she was recently quoted as saying that she has no problem doing her song underneath it all with Gwen Stefani, and she actually said sent out a message to Gwen saying, "Hey, whenever you're ready for another one, hit me up." So she's obviously not being boxed into just gospel music per se and all that. She's definitely going through some changes. It seems.
Make some change.
Yeah. All right. That's it for update. Right now, the proverb of the day.
If your back monkey, will fight tiger.
Say what?
If your back monkey, will fight tiger.
Okay, I'm getting brave.
Brazen. Okay.
If your back monkey, him will fight tiger.
That's true.
A fight that he's likely to lose, but he would have feel so encouraged and think that he might go take on when he can't manage.
No, you see that now? Can't see that proverb I make from before the days when we use the term boosting. You see me? I want to take boosting, you know? I take that, you know what I mean? I think boosting something that, nah, bro.
Monkey, take it.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the meaning of that proverb is encouragement and motivation drives belief and gives confidence. Hence, if you back monkey, him will fight tiger.
Lovely.
Yeah, man. I guess the tiger would make a meal of it.
Never say you're going to win. At least he tried.
At least he tried.
Yeah.
All right, that's our proverb of the day. Now it's time for a pet peeve. And what are those? Those are things that people do that very often you find annoying, irritating, just downright upsetting. This morning, believe it or not, we don't have to go far to get a pet peeve. Nope. The pet peeve is very near.
Right here.
Shells, how near?
Right, that's it.
Right, that's all.
Right, that's all. You don't want to know. Alright, so field trips, you go up on, think about any type of field trip. You don't know everybody load up on the transport and get ready for go up on the field trip. Zine, whether it be a work trip, school trip, whatever. And then you go some oops. And everybody join, bow them heads in prayer and all these things, right?
Yeah.
And Richie, man, tell you, as soon as the bus drive off, this is where the pet peeve comes in. As soon as the bus drive off, driver, run one of them slack tunes so we can enjoy ourselves on the trip.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, me not like that. Something about it not sit well with me. After you go make me sit down and listen 15 minutes worth of prayer. Yeah, sorry. The first yeah, but I understand it. I don't understand it. It's a pet peeve of mine. I don't like it.
Yeah. So the real problem is just a switch from sobriety
Yeah.
to raucous
Yeah.
lyrics and behavior.
I like it. What's if it's a trip with people you know like? But we're not even getting another one there.
How far in the journey you think it would be good after this?
You see, these are the questions.
If you leave Portmore, is it? Not before Spanish Town.
Yeah, man, get look at time, man. You know, just don't pray.
Yeah, man.
You could reach the North Coast toll or something.
Or better than that, just no matter how this slack through now.
Thank you.
No, so them people would have vex.
Yeah, some people
Some people that say, yo, stop the bus, but come off. Come off of this.
Stop that.
Another mile, I don't know.
Yeah. Me have to hear that tune there.
Yeah, man.
Not another second.
Nah, gonna lie, you know, I've been a part of that. But what else I say? Now that I've gotten older, I can see the problem with it. Something about it does not sit well with me, you know what I mean?
Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a pet peeve of Shells. Is that one of yours as well? Let us hear from you.
To show the Christian folk.
I'm sure many of them will agree with you. And they would also agree that they ought not to be played any at all.
Yes.
But who else would agree? Not many more people, I tell you, especially those going on these outings, man.
Yeah.
Now, Link's merchant platform, LinkBiz, enables MSMEs, we're talking about micro, small, medium enterprises, to integrate digital payment solutions at their point of sale, whether in a brick and mortar location with a scan to pay QR code or online via a pay with link button. The business product provides the functionality for business owners and staff at all levels, really, to carry out day-to-day business operations and payment processing. With Link, anyone with a smartphone and a TRN can access Link, unlocking digital solutions to make bill payments, do mobile top-ups, transfer money to peers, cash in or out at NCB ABMs island-wide, and scan to pay over 5,000 merchants, including 100 LinkBiz merchants. This sounds fantastic, Shells. Really sounds good. And so we're happy to have the brand and sponsorship manager at Link, Kamoy Burke, joining us this morning. Morning, Kamoy.
Hey, man. Morning. Thanks for having me on the program.
Our pleasure, man.
Great having you, Kamoy, and thank you also for coming on board as our sponsor of this hour. We appreciate that.
Come on, most definitely.
Now, Kamoy, take us to the very beginning. Why did Link decide to introduce this business platform here in Jamaica?
Well, the answer to that is pretty simple, you know. We have our Link app, which is the consumers. The consumers can buy credit, pay their bills, transfer money to each other. But of course, consumers also make purchases at businesses, right? So we had to create a platform now for businesses to accept Link transactions in LinkBiz. So once a consumer goes to a business that accepts Link, that transaction is also free to the consumer. There's no transaction fee, there's no processing fee, there's no nothing. You know, take out their phone, scan the business's QR code, or search for the business within the app, and within the app, verified businesses, they have a little tick beside them. Once you see that tick, you know it's a verified LinkBiz merchant, and then you can go ahead and make your transaction.
Wow. This is fantastic news. Wow. Kamoy, I just read that you already have over 210,000 registered users. How would you say the platform has been performing since it was launched?
Well, the performance of the platform has been amazing, right? We launched in December 2021, right? So we're just approaching a year and a half now. We have over 226,000 persons on the platform now. We have over 5,000 merchants, and that is the micro merchants, and over 150 LinkBiz merchants. So it's safe to say that, you know, the Jamaicans right across the island, they have been taking up to the product. We have been growing rapidly. We're Jamaica's best digital wallet. Well, only right now. So and as we continue to add features into the wallet, we realize that more and more persons are coming onto the platform. So we would have started with the P2P, just peer-to-peer transferring from between two persons. We added the top-up feature where you can top up your mobile phone, as well as you can top up your mobile credit, and this is for any network. We added the bill payment feature where persons can pay over 100 bills, including NWC, JPS, your internet bill, insurance, various bills. right? And then now our most recent feature would be our remittance feature, where persons can receive their MoneyGram remittances directly in their link wallet. So no more need to leave home or to leave work or to leave wherever you are to spend money, to go to a remittance location, to stand in line, to spend money, to go back home. We have cut out all of that. All you have to do is when your sender from overseas sends the funds, they choose cash pickup, and you literally pick up your phone, you open your app, you enter your reference number, you fill in the usual information that MoneyGram would request, and just like that, money is in your app. And then once you have money in the app, you can now spend with the 5,000 merchants right across the island, or the 150 link-based merchants, or if you really need the cash in your hand, you can also withdraw that cash at NTP ABM or transfer it to any bank account.
Wow, no, come on, no, I'm impressed, bro. No, watch that style. You said that there are 150 link biz merchants.
Yes.
Are there any current promotions that consumers can benefit from, with these merchants?
Well, I'm happy you asked that because what we've been rolling out over the last couple of weeks is what we call Fuel Up Fridays, right? So now on a Friday we have currently we have 8 participating gas stations. That's Pesca Beachwood, Pesca Bodles, Pesca Old Harbor, Pesca Mandeville, Boots Exchange, Boots Draxall, Jam Gas in Denby. That's 7. No, that's 8. That's 8 gas stations. So we have 8 gas stations that are participating. Now, once you go on a Friday and you fill up with at least $5,000, you get $500 back instantly from Link. Right? In addition to that, we also have another promotion that ends today. Actually, this promotion is with 7 Crave. So 7 Cravers out there. If you're not hungry today, you best be hungry today so you can benefit from this promotion. When you purchase your meal through 7 Crave, and once you enter the code link up, that's LYNKUP, you get to check out. Well, enter the code and pay with Link, of course. Then you get your delivery for free.
Oh, there's a lot going on, and there's more. As a matter of fact, I'm sure that Kamoy would also want to also tell us this morning about the offering with Yellow. What is going on there?
So for Yellow, through our partnership with Yellow, we have products specifically for the SMEs, right? So small and medium enterprises, right? Now, what it is, we have 2 website products. Now, we know a lot of persons are small entrepreneurs and they're doing their thing, or they have their IG business. We're saying, hey, we have a website product for you. The person can Google and find your website. They can purchase on that website through the one-page offering that we have, which is simply $30 US per month to maintain it. Yellow builds the website for you. You can put, I think it's up to 10 products on that website for persons to purchase using e-commerce. That e-commerce is simply buying online. Just like Amazon, it's your own little Amazon for your business, right? And then that payment is processed through Link. There's also a larger product, which is up to 5 pages and thousands of SKUs, of thousands of individual products. Yellow will build that website for you. They will host it. They will help you to edit that website throughout the year. Don't remember the cost for that one off the top of my head, but you can always get more information on that by either visiting our website at lynk.us/biz. Essentially, it's link.us/biz. I'll repeat it one more time. lynk.us/biz. We have a lot of information there regarding this particular product. If you're ready to elevate your business to the next level and accepting digital payment online on your own personal website, then this is the way you have to go.
It is indeed, and it sounds very, very exciting. Where do you see Link in the next, say, 2-3 years from now? I won't even say 5 because you're growing so rapidly.
Well, 2-3 years from now, our hope is that Link is the preferred payment option, right? our transactions are fast, they're secure, and they're very easy to do. And guess what? There are no charges to the consumer, that is. It's a 24/7 operation, right? Any time of day, you get instant, free, and safe transfers. So I would have mentioned the features that we currently have on the app. The most recent being the remittance feature. You can pay your bills, you can buy credits, you can buy data. And as we continue to grow and we get into more businesses across the island, we want to be in every single business across the island. So wherever you go, you can use Link. So, essentially we want to transform or change the meaning of the term Link Me to not meaning come and let us see each other physically, but send me some money via Link.
There's every reason to believe that you will achieve those plans you have for your growth trajectory. We wish you well. We are proud of what you've done so far, and we thank you for coming on board as our sponsor. Thanks this morning for providing us with such great information about your product, and I wish you all the best, yourself and your team. Thank you, Kemoy.
All right, great. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Kemoy Burke, Brand and Sponsorship Manager at Link. And, the National Water Commission, the NWC, has implemented a prohibition order to prevent the use of potable water for non-essential purposes. That became effective last Friday on the 26th of May. The NWC said more stringent water conservation measures must now be observed due to a shortage of water resulting from the drought affecting sections of Jamaica. The order bans persons in all areas of the island supplied by drought-affected systems from watering their gardens and lawns, grounds and farms, refilling of tanks, ponds or swimming pools, and or for use other than normal domestic services, from washing of vehicles by use of a hose, from watering or washing roadways and pavements, paths, garages, and any purpose which may require the use of a considerable or excessive quantity of water. More than that, under the order, it is now a prosecutable offense to either waste water or to use excessive amounts of the commodity for non-essential purposes. Persons who breach the order could be fined or imprisoned for up to 30 days. It's serious times that we're living in, and water is life. We don't want to be wasting it. And so we're going to be getting all the details now from Delano Williams, the Acting Corporate Public Relations Manager at the NWC. Good morning and welcome, Delano. How are you doing?
Hey, Richie. Good morning. Good morning to your co-host shows and to your listeners as well.
Greetings, Mr. Williams.
All right. Great hearing from you this morning, Delano. Talk to us about the current drought situation affecting Jamaica and its impact and what impact it's having in terms of our water resources. Delano, please.
All right. So because Kingston is close and it's the two larger systems, let me start there, but I'll highlight as well some other locations across the island. So at this present time, the Mona Reservoir, which holds 800 million gallons of water when it's full, is now down to 32%, or just about 250 million. That's if you were drawing down on a daily basis without any further inflows, you'll be looking at about a month's supply of water. The constant spring system is at 38%. These figures are up to yesterday. We have not yet seen what the rainfall overnight looks like as yet. But again, that 38% represents about 150 million out of nearly 400 million gallons of water when the dam is full. If I may continue.
Well, 1 second. How many days supply might that be?
Averaging around 28 days.
Okay.
Right. So if there was no more inflows as of this morning, and you were to be drawing down just exclusively from the dam or from the reservoir, you're looking at about a month's supply on average from either of them.
Critical.
Right? We're talking too about the fact that this week is probably the first we're seeing continuous rainfall, even though May is generally forecast to be a rainy month. going into June. So we've not seen significant rainfall at all over the last several months. As a matter of fact, the last time I was sharing with you, the drought or the dry spell seemed to have started from about November into December of last year. And so by January, when we would still have, on a good year, still have full reservoir, full Hermitage Dam, we were already down by 25% at the Hermitage and about 10% at the Mona Reservoir. Mm-hmm. So we've gone close to 6 months, almost 7 months, without any significant rainfall so far.
What are the projections like that you're getting from, say, the Met Office, looking ahead?
Well, as I said, they're still holding to June being a rainy month. Now, what we have to look at is the reality that May has not yet lived up to its expectation.
Right.
Any possibility can play out for June. Hence, the restrictions are being reinforced to the extent that we're now saying. It's not just regulations that we have had in place since February, but we have to further tighten it to say prohibition is now enforced. Only essential use of water is being recommended. Mm-hmm. You know, we're really not trying to prosecute people for water. What we're saying is be very, very, very conscious. Use the water for drinking, cooking, washing, bathing, sanitation. Anything else that is not essential use, we're asking you to restrict it or to just eliminate it if you can. Number of persons want to wash their vehicles. We're saying don't use a hose. The hose tend to use close to 125 gallons of water if you just have it running, washing off the vehicle. When you use a bucket, you might be saving about 90% of that water. Pavements and those things, not necessary. Filling of pools, we're asking you to wait on those. Some persons have fishing ponds in their homes. People want to see their grass feeling green, their garden, but it is a dry spell. Well, it's not even a dry spell anymore, Richie. It is a drought. Mm-hmm. It is a drought. So dry spell is generally when you're down by about 40% of your average rainfall. We are below 60% of what we normally get on a 30-year average. That's what the Met Office generally uses. Mm-hmm. They look at the 30 years prior to and say what's the average volume of rainfall they get. We are below that, significantly below that.
Mm. Now, Mr. Williams, just for clarification, how will the NWC be enforcing the prohibition order, and what are the potential consequences for those who don't comply?
Well, so we already have a number of field teams out. The vigilance is now going to include looking out for people who are breaching these particular prohibition points or notices. So if we see you watering your lawn with a hose, if we see you washing with a hose, we are going to alert the police and they will prosecute from there, right? Once you go to court, you will be fined, or failure to pay the fine, you face an imprisonment term of up to 30 days. What we want to highlight too is just the impact, because persons sometimes say, oh, whatever the fine is, I can pay it. But when you look at having a prison record and you need to carry out, you're looking for a new job, you're looking to probably even travel, and you now have a criminal record because of a water matter.
Not a good look.
Not a good look.
Outside of what you're asking the population to do, what else are you doing? And I'm speaking now in terms of things like lockoffs and so on. And is there a schedule that you wish to share?
Right. So let's refresh ourselves and I did say we would talk a little bit about the other parishes, but let me just wrap up with Kingston. So right now, areas served by the Constant Spring system, anywhere between Manor Park heading down to Crossroad, halfway tree down Hagley Park. Those areas are split in two. During the morning time from the Ministry of Justice, or where West Kings House Road intersects with Constant Spring Road, all the areas below that receive water from 6 a.m. through to 6 p.m. In the evening, persons above it So the same spot at Ministry of Justice running back up into Manor Park, across to Queensborough, Red Hills Road, Manningville, those areas are served from 6 p.m. until 6 a.m. the following morning. The Mona system, which runs down Hope Road into Ligony, down along Old Hope Road, Mountain View, Vineyard Town, downtown Kingston, those areas are supplied between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. What we are realizing, though, Richie, is we are now monitoring those inflows, because on some days you get 6 million coming into the Mona system. On other days it is much lower. Because we're dependent on those river inflows. You find that we may be running low on water during the 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. supply time, which may force us to revise it, and that will end up now having to say to persons, you may get less water or for less hours during the course of the day.
Yeah.
We will share with you an update, and if that is our goal, what the effective date is for those new regulations to come into place.
It seems like we have been at this stage for a long time, though, Kemoy. I know you're fairly new to this position. Sorry, I'm talking about Delano. Sorry about that. But what is being done to bring some relief in terms of the supply of water in say, the corporate area on a long-term basis? Have we identified any source, and are we trying to pipe additional water into the city to alleviate the problem here?
Absolutely. So over the last few years, we, and through the government as well, through our particular Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, government has been spending an additional amount in terms of water supply infrastructure. The last year we spent $4 billion on projects to implement pipeline. This year they have earmarked for us $7 billion to carry out those major projects. In addition to that, we are reaping some rewards from the non-revenue water reduction program. Long and short, that helps us to identify water that we're pumping, but it is being lost due to leaks or theft. We were able to save about 30% of that water since the project has been completed. So we could have been a lot worse in Kingston had it not been for the gains from that particular project. But persons are going to ask me about the dam, Richie. We're doing some studies with that in terms of, again, looking at public-private partnerships. But a more immediate plan is going to be the commencement of the Rio Cobre treatment plant. It's called Content.
Yes.
Now, that system is expected to bring 15 million gallons of water daily to be accessed between Kingston and St. Catherine. Now, to put it into context, 15 million gallons is 2 times the shortfall that we have now. Right now, if we had 7-8 more million, we would not be having this discussion. Get me?
Yes.
So what we're looking at is this project is going to start in July of this year. It will go for 20 months. And we would love it to have started 2 years ago, so we could be getting the water now. But it's when the funding comes, it's when we are able to make the thing work. And we are saying to persons, continue just to bear with us a little bit, because we have to also look at what is necessary, given the drought, given the climate change realities, how to make the city more resilient to water shortages. So the assurance is that the Rio Cobre Valley has nearly 50 million gallons accessible on a daily basis. We're not going to dry it out because you can't over-extract, but we're going to be taking a portion of it that will help us to build or improve the water supply significantly into Kingston, into St. Catherine. And the pipes that you see along Ferry that were laid about 2 years ago, those were built with the capacity to take this additional water into Kingston. So the infrastructure is already in place.
All right. We just hope that comes to fruition very soon.
Definitely.
Yeah. We're spending as much time as we have on this issue because it's a very important issue. And maybe in closing, you can share with us some measures that whether individuals and or businesses can implement to help conserve their water consumption at this time.
Well, the one thing I heard the gentleman you spoke with before about the traffic, and if we had water like that, backing up the traffic, like the way the traffic is backing up, we would be happy. But what we're encouraging persons to do is to look at your other alternatives in a time like this. When the rain falls, harvest some of it for your outdoor chores. So if you have a container or a drum that can catch water, help with some of your gardening, help with some of your car wash and so on activities, that is a plus. Inside your premises, though, is your responsibility as a customer pulling water from the NWC grid. So check for leaks everywhere. Look for the green spots in a time when the day everywhere is supposed to be dry. It suggests that maybe there's a leak on the pipe. The toilet tanks also are a tricky one. Sometimes they leak, but you don't hear it. Our guys have given a few tips. One of them, you can use a bit of tissue and just put it at the upper part just to see if it becomes damp. Because you may not see the water, but it's moving, slipping down into the side of the bowl. Another trick is to add some coloring of any sort, whether color disinfectant or food coloring into the toilet tank, and check to see if any colored water runs down into the bowl as well. And we have on our website, on our YouTube page, some tips on how to read the new digital meters or to check for leaks. So persons can quickly replace, repair any kind of faulty fixtures that they may have and to save water. We're asking people to be neighborly, understand, for instance, in the West, the Great River system serves a couple parishes. It serves St. James, it also serves Hanover. And persons in some places may still be getting close to 24 hours water because of where they are situated to the main. So we encourage them to be conscious, conserve, because the water has to go so much further now, given that the logwood system, which normally comes into Lucy, is still at 55%, despite all the rains that you're hearing about in Mobe and Hanover, Richie.
Yeah.
So where it's everything is connected. You might be thinking you are okay, and people are asking why we've extended the restrictions outside of Kingston. But there are still locations in, as I said, in Hanover, in St. James, South Spring, Hendon, Norwood, Rose Heights. Some of those places are still being impacted by the dry spell because the systems are overstretched.
Yeah, people are actually asking why I extended the interview this long, but don't worry about it. It was very, very important that we got
I appreciate you giving me a few extra minutes.
Not a problem. I should also ask you, though, whether or not your customers are paying their bills on time.
Well, some are. The compliance rates should be better. And we know it's a trying time now. Some persons are having to buy water. But we want you to help us, because the more you pay your bills, the compliance rates go up. We can fast-track these projects to improve water supply all around.
Delano Williams, Acting Corporate Public Relations Manager at the NWC. I suspect we'll be talking with you again sometime in the fairly near future. But today we thank you for what you shared with us and we wish you a good day.
No problem. Same to you. And thanks to the listeners.
All right. Big ups to the entire crew of the NWC. Yeah. What is life? Conserve it, my people.
Up to the time, you know it's Vibes Cartel. And I told him that DJ Roy had started well. The ladies even insisted that he had started sell.
I always ask Artie, what the cartel think I'm selling? Cartel again, the man.
Up to the time, you know it's Vibes Cartel. And I told him that DJ Roy had started well. The ladies even insisted that he had started sell.
What if you say so?
You might want to spill the beans.
What the cartel think I'm selling here?
You have all of us wondering. Let us stop the guessing game. Morning, Roy. You're maybe a champion salesman that we didn't even know.
Well, I do have my own sales department here at Irie Jam Radio, so maybe that's what he's talking about.
Maybe that's what he's talking about.
I'll work with that. I'll work with that.
Morning, my bro. It's good to have you on with us again, and it's a highly anticipated segment, the Global Connection. We're Bridge 99 FM and Irie Jam Radio. Two members of the CGN group of companies actually get a chance to spend some moments and do all kinds of crazy stuff as we sometimes do. I was just actually DJ Roy, just paying tribute to the late Lascelles Chin, the man who was at the helm of that fantastic group of companies, the Lasco group of companies, who passed recently.
Yeah.
And we're recalling some moments that we had and shared with him through the years. You know, really a great Jamaican, a giant of a man, great entrepreneur and businessman who provided a lot of opportunities for many thousands of persons in this country who unfortunately passed recently. So may his soul rest in peace. Our deepest condolences to the families, eh?
Indeed. I keep saying, Richie, you need to write a book. And off the top of your head, who would you say has been the most interesting interview you have done over your lustrous career?
Wow.
Wow, it has been so many.
Yeah,
there are some famous ones which got me in some problems. There are some famous ones. A very good friend of yours, actually, without being intentional, got me in a little bit of problems. When I asked a question and the answer he gave, which I understand he said later that he thought he was off air.
Okay.
When he answered the question about the fact that he has gotten so rich, maybe maybe he will never go broke again in his life. And he went on to say, make reference to the term going broke, which in the context would not have been good for primetime afternoon radio.
Wow, write that book, man.
But I tell you, when Butch Stewart died, and this is not so long ago, obviously, I spoke to a prime minister in the Caribbean region who was a very, very good friend of the late Butch Stewart.
Okay.
And he broke down on air and cried. And I felt helpless because, so we just allowed him to cry. And that stands out in my mind in a recent case of one of the interviews that I really was kind of lost for words myself, and I became teary-eyed. And but there are so many, DJ Roy. I mean, I remember just even here with Burning Spear. Burning Spear was a major draw for all of us.
Yes, man.
Man who doesn't talk much and doesn't do many of those kinds of things.
Yes.
And that, in recent memory, was a major, major achievement for all of us. You were a part of that as well.
Oh, my goodness. Listen, you have your bucket list of artists that you want to talk to and leaders in the community. And Burning Spear definitely on the top of that list because he doesn't do interviews.
Right.
So yeah, definitely.
Interestingly, Pat, who works along with him, sent me a note the other day, and she says, if Rodney is in Jamaica, Burning Spear, if he's in Jamaica, would you be able to accommodate him again, Richie? I was like, hey, Pat, why are you asking me? Don't even ask. Just send it on. Just make it happen. So I don't know if he's planning a trip here, but we might have him again sometime in the near future. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. Listen.
And I'm sure that you have had some important ones in your life as well.
Yeah, I mean, and even phone calls, Richie.
Yeah.
One of the phone calls that really stands out to me from a listener. I was playing some music and he called this. I'm taking random calls and he asked about a rhythm I was playing, and it was the happy hour rhythm at the time. And he said, "Where can I get it?" I told him it's available on iTunes. And then he went on to say, you saved my life. And I said, yeah, well, I'm glad you're still here to listen to Irie Jam Radio. And he said, not just my life, you saved many people's life.
Wow.
So I said, well, what do you mean? He said, well, he was going through some changes. I went into his closet and took out his gun and was about to go and not just kill himself, but kill some more people.
Ooh.
Quite a few. And something I said made him change his mind. And that's why he's still here today.
Fantastic.
I was like,
what a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So we touch people in ways that we don't even know.
Yeah,
Richie.
that is so true. Yeah, so true, Roy. As a matter of fact, I started playing this song from Gramps as a tribute to Lascelles Chin. And if you will, I'll just, since we started it and had to break to make the change, we're just going to start off by allowing, DJ Order to just play that song so we can, it's Butterfly that we had selected. And this is again, of course, to the family of the late Lascelles Chin and the entire Lasco family. Gramps Morgan with Butterfly, Fly Butterfly. Rest in peace.
You've been in the dark with your